Trying to start from Pete Hesset.
As the war approaches its third anniversary, our message is clear. The bloodshed must stop, and this war must end. President Trump has been clear with the American people and with many of your leaders that stopping the fighting and reaching an enduring peace is a top priority. He intends to end this war by diplomacy and bringing both Russia and Ukraine to the table. And the U.S. Department of Defense will help achieve this goal. We will only end this devastating war and establish a durable peace by coupling allied strength with a realistic assessment of the battlefield. We want, like you, a sovereign and prosperous Ukraine. But we must start by recognizing that returning to Ukraine's pre-2014 borders is an unrealistic objective. Chasing this illusionary goal will only prolong the war and cause more suffering. A durable peace for Ukraine must include robust security guarantees to ensure that the war will not begin again. This must not be Minsk 3.0. That said, the United States does not believe that NATO membership for Ukraine is a realistic outcome of a negotiated settlement. Instead, any security guarantee must be backed by capable European and non-European troops. If these troops are deployed as peacekeepers to Ukraine at any point, they should be deployed as part of a non-NATO mission, and they should not be covered under Article 5. There also must be robust international oversight of the line of contact. To be clear, as part of any security guarantee, there will not be U.S. troops deployed to Ukraine. To further enable effective diplomacy and drive down energy prices that fund the Russian war machine, President Trump is unleashing American energy production and encouraging other nations to do the same. Lower energy prices, coupled with more effective enforcement of energy sanctions, will help bring Russia to the table. Safeguarding European security must be an imperative for European members of NATO. As part of this, Europe must provide the overwhelming share of future lethal and non-lethal aid to Ukraine. Members of this contact group must meet the moment. This means donating more ammunition and equipment, leveraging comparative advantages, expanding your defense industrial base, and importantly, leveling with your citizens about the threat facing Europe. Part of this is speaking frankly with your people about how this threat can only be met by spending more on defense. 2% is not enough. President Trump has called for 5%. And I agree. Increasing your commitment to your own security is a down payment for the future, a down payment, as you said, Mr. Secretary, of peace through strength. We're also here today to directly and unambiguously express that stark strategic realities prevent the United States of America from being primarily focused on the security of Europe. The United States faces consequential threats to our homeland. We must and we are focusing on security of our own borders. We also face a peer competitor in the communist Chinese with the capability and intent to threaten our homeland and core national interests in the Indo-Pacific. The U.S. is prioritizing deterring war with China in the Pacific, recognizing the reality of scarcity and making the resourcing trade-offs to ensure deterrence does not fail. Deterrence cannot fail for all of our sakes. As the United States prioritizes its attention to these threats, European allies must lead from the front. Together, we can establish a division of labor that maximizes our comparative advantages in Europe and Pacific, respectively.
Jungle don't they mature. Jungle has matured. But if you are a true religious follower of this platform, I know you might be well confused. Yeah, where are they? Is this all na politics? I've been like, yes, all are the same. It's just that we're in permanent site now, figuratively. Anyway, if you dey follow this platform long enough, you understand that I've been saying this for maybe a couple of years now. I will not be wrong. People like uh, people like Kilon Kwensi, what be that name? It's been a minute, man. He hasn't been on here. That's why I don't remember his name again. Let me go through my contact. He's always at the receiving hand. Triumph, Mr. Triumph. And they always threaten us say, in the next 10 years, he no get choice as to relocate come Nigeria and we'll put him to work in Sambisa forest. You know? And a lot of people would think I was just fucking around. You know? I say Europe will become a third world country in a foreseeable future, say, you know, go far in our lifetime. It might not be the whole Europe, but anyway, we'll get there. And then I remember again when not too long, and a recent past, not too long ago, when I was trying to make it clear, make the people like Tunanja understand that what were they making case for? That both the Americas, Europe, everybody in one and all that kind of Anglo-Saxons, like, yeah, 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 yeah. Just like Africa self now one. Just like them Nigeria now one. Right? Now, and I think I remember I made a point in trying to let him understand that he doesn't even understand what is at play is that because they seem to understand why Brexit was a success. You know, Brexit was not a mistake. Brexit was a success in the real sense of it, but we'll get there. It's all again. Still reminds me when I dey tell passers about the globalization. Yeah, nothing like that. But we are here from the horse's mouth himself, Pete Hegseth, the Secretary of State, when he go deliver that, just a humble message. They come. Oh. Gone are the days. There is times where we dey now. It's come for the readjustment. If not, even us talking about the United States of America, we say we no go survive the surge of China. So, and this has been at play for a minute. So when Pete Hegseth delivered that message, I mean, Trump presidency is pretty much exactly as I expected it to be. It's just that it's coming in a very disguised way. So many things are play. So many shit are play. But that's not what we're talking about. We focus on Europe. You know, people like me right from the war always believe say Europe now, Europe to use the great Pepe Escobar. Pepe Escobar now one from where I go, where that guy come from, sir? It's a journalist, a geopolitical journalist. Then a Brazilian originally, but that motherfucker is everywhere. He's pretty much live in Moscow at this point. Is more is speak in favor of uh, BRICS, right? So it's always up to date with the BRICS doings. Everything that is taking place between from Shanghai to Kremlin to you name it, is on top of it. So in his word, said the Chihuahuas. You always believe that the Europeans they are Chihuahuas. You know, they are backing just the back. You know, I've always believed that Europe since the First World War, self, from immediately after First World War, now the Europe has individual super blood power stop to the exist. But people will not go understand. That's why I say if you never read if you don't understand World War One, everything that is at play, you will just be like saying, nah, you are catching up with the movies, right? The Europe as a whole. Now, individual is just like Europe at that time, but individual, the powerhouse of Europe, right? The likes of Germany, the Soviet Union, the Germany, because before then, share, but within that Western atmosphere, right? The Soviets, the German, the Brits, the French, Spain, and Dutch, you know. Now then be the real tigers of the Europe as we know it. But because of their barbaricness, for the lack of words, sorry, nah, man, I'm putting this call. Anyway, because they know they even see eye to eye from day one. So the idea that Europe is superpower, but individually, yeah, they would at least. The Germans were feared by pretty much everybody, right? Because their advancements from the 1800s to even the to yeah the first World War actually did a lot, and the Second World War destroyed pretty much everything that made Germany German to be German. So what happened? What happened when they lose their power, right? And it also goes a lot. What happened was the coming of age of the United States of America, just as we see it today. I mean, America get their independence in 1766. You know, that time, okay, as 13 colonies, they found union, so at least they don't scare the British Empire away. At least they don't get their freedom, right? Then towards to the late 17th, I mean, that's my late 17th century, to the early 17th century, they begin to, you know, begin to the power of free labor begin to take shape in a way that every power had to like say, come on, these guys are just like the way China just, you know, became fear, became the enemy of the West today just because of that. And again, it's easy for people will say, oh, the American rise to prominence was due to free labor, just as I put it, right? But every other empire, no. The Chinese now also cheap labor. They build the economy, right? And you can say there's a difference between cheap and free. We'll get there. We'll get to that point. If you consider how many millions of millions actually died, I'm not comparing the whole idea of slavery and other, but for the sake of conversation, people they always come to the conclusion, oh, America was built for free labor, and that's not saying that's a fact. That is the foundation. But if you also look at the rising power of today, you will understand that cheap labor make them what they are to them, talking about the Chinese. So, but when America coming of age, throughout within like what 70 years, between 1776 they get independent till what 1820, 70 years thereabout. If I'm not mistaken, I'll be 50 something years. But what happened when I mean the coming of age of America from that independence period to that 1825, the world as at that time, one can say one quarter of the wealth of the world stay within that in just Southern America. Again, the power of free labor, right? So by the early 1800s, when the likes of James Monroe, right, became president in 1817, and in 1823 approached the Congress. They call, I think we have what it takes now to take over the continent of America. That is from Brazil to Canada to you name it. Anything has to do with North or South America. Boom. And they buy every other powerhouse for scavenging North and South America. Just like today, even in Nigeria, I just get their realize that dream that Nigeria can be the hope of Africa or black race. Let's say Nigeria today able to develop to a point that it got the economic, they raise at least 60 to 70% of the population out of poverty, and in that process develop a nuclear weapon. They can decide to say, you know what, no one see any European, any Eastern, Western power in the shores of anything close to the shores of the continent of Africa, and it go happen. And that's the point we need to get before we can even begin to dream. That's exactly what Kwame Nkrumah was talking about in his speech in 1963. So, was anyone in the continent as it is, of the continent in general, able to raise 40 to 60% of the people out of poverty and in the process develop a nuclear weapon? They can say, hey, 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 from the China to America to everybody, get the heck out of the shores of Africa. If you are 100 kilometers close to the shores of Africa, either by land, air, or water, we will consider you as a national security threat. Because that's exactly what the United States of America did when they finally arrived. They had to tell this Western power, the same people that Pete Ested go lecture, tell them that come, times have changed. Right? You have to start taking responsibility for yourself because the days of babysitting use are gone. So that's exactly what they did in the early 1800s and tell the Western power, the British, the French, the Soviets, get the heck out of the continent of America. If we see you anywhere here, we will consider you as a national security threat. Those that needed to be bought off were bought off. The likes of Soviet, that's now Russia, buy Alaskan from them. What is it called? Louisiana of today was paid off. They buy them from France. You know, they invaded, take over Panama, and then after every other place was to push them out. Now, this was early 1800, right? From 1823, now they begin all these things begin to take place. Now, what happened is what I want us to pay attention to here. Because of that singular action and consequence action that follows suit, German had to call the European the famous Berlin 1885. So because they don't come off food from their mouth for the Americas, and the survivor now become very rocky. French is France is pretty much done. They are bankrupt because it itself at a point decided to say, "Man, fuck everybody. They want to get their freedom," and they did. That starved the French again until the Americans able to come in and put them where they are up to today. It's a different conversation. Now the whole Europe now, while I don't start, that's exactly just like headset go one day they come. Oh, we are done protecting you, motherfuckers. Alright? Because we got problem at home that we need to take care of, right? Y'all step up your game. Now know. People don't understand what that means. Because they think all this Jama, all the powerhouse. No. As we have today, for the past 3 years, Jama, the economy, the industrial life and the skill has never been seen before. So in the next couple of years, they will be like Nigeria or worse. Every part of Europe, yeah. So what am I trying to say? They no go feed themselves. They cannot secure themselves. So definitely they no go fit coexist if that becomes the order of the day. Because that's how it used to be. So when they call that conference, they say come on. Now we jam they don't America don't say come. Make we stop where with the job. Oh, first hour. Let's focus on this place that is really relatively on top, which is the continent of Africa. That's where the Berlin Conference of 1885 was all about. Now, because even as they shared that among themselves, still they are not. There is no reach there. They are not satisfied. They couldn't, so they could not still relate in peace. I go get one article where I go read. Now just give it. They could not relate in peace. That now results to the war. Every other they say France and Britain, they know they see themselves eye to eye. They are fighting that because of the oils, the territory of the Middle East, or the West Africa, everywhere they go back and forth trying to destroy themselves. Until one way or the other they come together, decide to see Germany and the problem. Is the threat. And why they fight Germany? Because they believe that if they allow Germany to go the way they go, and they finally find way to find synergy with the Soviet Union, then they will take over the whole Europe. Every other person will be puppet under them. That's the whole point of them ganging up against Germany in World War I. For America, knowing that themselves just being the regional hegemony is not enough, the goal is to become the world number one. They look there from afar, begin instigate, begin instigate, they do whatever they needed to do until German could not defeat the allied between the British and the French. The British could not do the same thing. So Winston Churchill had to approach the Americans and say, "Come, we need you guys here." And of course, nobody they enter a war front with for free. Nobody they fight for anybody because that person is too good. Yeah, has to be something on the table, right? Now, I am saying this because today Donald Trump is trying to bring that diplomatic whatever relationship between the Soviets. Because they be allied before in the World War, even World War II, they be allied. People don't understand that. People don't seem to be bringing that out to. That's why when Dr. Emmanuel was alluding to the fact that Trump is supervising the destruction of America just like the way it happened in the Soviet Union. No, no, because unless if you are saying that, then you don't understand what's responsible for even Soviet Union empire becoming what it is now in the first place. So they were allied. World War I, World War II. That's the angle Donald Trump is taking. Because all you need to do is to pay attention to the discussion that's already taking place in Saudi Arabia. Now, so when America strategically decides to come into the war and help defeat Germany, because them too they fear Germany, because that's another thing people don't understand, and that's what again I was trying to. I don't know, maybe not because I don't know where in Germany they say within that area, right? Germany was feared. Their engineering was off the chain. Health, everything you can think of, they are way advanced than any of those countries. So hence, America had to kind of strategically delay them. Say, maybe I mean, when the powerhouse they fight, you will allow them because either way, either they win or lose, oh, their economy will not be the same again. So America now had to wait till the British came to them and said, "Come join us." Of course, opportunity now. They came in, helped defeat Germany, destroy Germany, anything you think Germany live for. But again, open America up for German scientists, German engineer, German whatever philosophers. Now then full Minneapolis region and you name it if you dey live for America. Free movement. You understand? So that's when because they need them from what? For Pentagon. and that's also not help develop the weaponry that they say. Most all the industrial road they say for America na German engineering, na German idea. And the only why they see you if you dey travel like me, if you are a nomad like me, they travel well. If you look the interstate, you will know say those road go fit carry anything. When I mean anything, it doesn't matter how heavy the war machine is, it go pass am. And that's one major reason. That is our German engineering. Abi, if you remember, I said this word no leverage, no be fight, and power be everything. Of course, isn't that why you are here? Eh? So now, when World War, when they finally defeat World War, they put all blame on Germany. What is the consequences of that? Germany, they have to pay back. They give them enough, which destroyed their economy. All their territory before. Wetin dem assemble for Berlin in 1885 share, that their own share, which is now part of Cameroon, Angola, and all that, the French and the British share am within themselves. The Italy, they try, maybe they will fit go through Ethiopia and Allah, e no work. They lost out of the Middle East. That's why when okay, now Chim, blessing Ambassador, he was trying to ask me how Saudi Arabia and the whole region not to be free because I see them no free because they get here and they are living large. Yes, but they are living large, but they no free. They produce anything themselves. You know that wherever they produce that for them, this time they keep. I mean, that's a different conversation entirely. But what am I trying to say? That's how German lost its own share because they blamed them. Now, this is what 18 early 1900 now. When the amalgamators, early 1900, 1914, the war finished 1917, I've been at 1919. So America, now, because of the destruction that took that destroyed pretty much the small development across the world within that world, America had to say, okay, yeah, because now America they lead, they dictate what happen now. That's why they start building all these whatever you think that hold the world together today. That's when it all started. That's when you have to now say, okay, go and share. Yeah, we agree. Share whatever German you think is that will Germany. Whatever they get for house, of course, they took the most important one, which is their brain, and everything that you can think of. Go and explore those their territory and use it to replenish whatever that you lost in the war. That's why British had to tighten up, come and tighten us the grip. Make sure they explore both the north and south. The French all in. Everybody was all in Africa in they entered year two of the exploration. Because they don't know how it will last. How long it will last. So why them both defeated Germany to that corner? Germany, because I mean when they say yeah, why happy Samoa according to us, what you know, it better pass me than dash you. Right? If you know how you know how. That's why they always talk if you don't get power, anything where you get now give them give you. Some people from Southeast understand that. So Germany has to, rally around themselves, struggle up, bring leverage on what they used to know and all that, and bounce back. Bouncing back this time around again. They had to gang up against us because if we allow these motherfuckers grow wing, they join force with Soviet Union, there's going to be problem for the whole world, right? What happened? America had to start instigating that. Now that's where the other allies are saying to say the Soviet Union, the Russia that we see today, are American ally at every point. They had to start fingering Russia again to stay in the war long enough till they defeat Germany and his ally, the Japanese and every one of you, which is the Second World War. But the consequences of that now, which is America, I have to say, come on, this is an opportunity for us to each closer to our dream, which is to dominate the whole planet Earth. That is when the whole European Union finally sink into American hand, both economically, militarily, everything had to be now be dictated to them after the Second World War. And now a lot of people they always talk about the Marshall Plan, the Marshall Plan. Yes, the Marshall Plan was primarily because of the surplus that the American economy has gained because of the war. Because the whole people are not talking about the only reason why America keep winning the first one, the second war, it is because of their industrial base. So they begin build all those their ability to turn out war machine, guns, bullets, aircraft, everything. Now I hate the whole them becoming the victory. Fully sorry, I just say that's for link. No worry, I'll bring you in. Just be patient. You don't make me lose my train of thought. Yes, so now after the war now, so what's in America will do with all this industry and every other thing? I mean, they have to not they have instead of producing guns and bullets and all that, they have to start creating producing the refrigerator you see today, the air condition, all most of these things that you see your appliances. That's where the byproduct of having those industry chemicals and every other thing. So they need market. Hence the Marshall Plan. So they have to build those country back so they can ship their product for them to buy. Because now we African we say they believe that we know we dey live per dollar per annum. So they have to build those people back, make the economy what it is, under their guidance. That's what I'm saying. Because most of the constitution, America has to be on the table, from Japan to Germany. So the effect of that nine is what is now coming to because they left their security to the whole security Europe now dependent on who America for protection, for economy, for every goddamn thing you can think of. So now, fast forward to today, America, China don't come up, and there is a need for them to stay focused. If not, they will be at the receiving end because now said them they come up, now so British they come up, now so Dutch take every so it's not then other. So when they do it, they do now, they know, they understand exactly what is at play. So when people they try to say, "Oh, Donald Trump is good," no, no, you all should calm down. These people don't they hear before. So there is a need for them to focus on how to stop Chinese growth. At least they will try. Now, what I want us Nigerians and Africa to take away from this, instead of us jubilating of the because me like that one like the Donald Trump they do this US. No, 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 no. Because the game won't change. And it's changing at this point because there's new technology in town. But now Europe will be the focus now. So when they were driven out of the North and South America by the coming of age of America, they intensified the scramble of Africa. They intensified it, right? They were allowed to do it. After the Second World War happened. They had to come out Germany without their own share. They intensified the scrambling. After Second World War, America had to say, now let that people go. Leave those people. We want. We need those economies too in order for us to achieve our own ambition. Hence comes our freedom. That is independence, whatever you want to think of in the 50s and the 60s. So today now, Europe have left, they have been left for themselves to face their fate again. Right? America don't say, come, oh, you're your own now. The danger of that is the question we should be asking ourselves. That's it's too late, sir, that question. Too late. Because what we should be concerned about is that now that these barbaric people, I am saying that because that's their way of life. Now that they are these people, I have been asked literally to go back to their former way of life that they have to now fend for themselves. Right? Hence, they say that they say, "Oh, if we allow Russia and win Ukraine, now we go. We don't know when Poland will be the next. We don't know if Germany." Yes, because they know themselves. This is their way of life, right? Like so now, what then they do? What they do for they project on people. When they call us evil barbaric, that's their way of life. Just like when Democrat they tell you say you are Hitler, you are this, they are projecting exactly what they are doing. That's a different conversation. So now so their survival is what we should pay attention. How they go to survive without resorting to their way of life in terms of coming hard on us, if because we cannot protect ourselves. If the people we are trying to form ally with, if for example America, United States, which in a way for they will still need Europe too. Despite the fact that they want kind of cut away from them militarily and economically, they will still need them to actually succeed in containing China. Because what they don't want to do is to allow them to go what and square with China. Just like because China will do exactly what they did after the Second World War by trying to shift their market to them, build them and shift their market to them. China will do the same thing. So America is not going to just allow them on the cold blood. They will still give them that leverage they were given after the First World War, go into the continent of Africa, use it, extract it as much as you want to build your economy back. And as far as I'm concerned, when I say it's too late, because it's already happening. We know invite France to come the farm for Nigeria, they are already here. British and Germany, because Germany lost out of cheap energy, they are already in Nigeria. So the fate of Europe is what we should look at USID from the fate of Europe from, because what is coming to replace USID, we will need a help in a way of their junior ally for that to accomplish. Remember, say I said this one was like, okay. Black man see they sleep. Now only fight una sabi. Even the fight say we no even get what it takes to fight. And that's the most dangerous part. Just like our those that came before us, they could not stand a chance with their own weapon then, with the latest weapon of the guns and whatever that the British people brought. And the same thing. Now drones they come now. Drone. Now they come and we are not ready. Hello, Majuvi and Foley. So when Doctor no, when Dele Ogun was kind of saying the happy that thinking that Trump is going to what he's doing with like, why are you happy? Why are you happy? You don't even know the hour according to Bob Marley. You don't know the hours that we are in. You are happy. Nobody even they ask question, right? All these, all these events that are happening, especially around AI and the latest technology. Unless I don't know, nobody they even factor in Africa at any point, right? Nobody because them are to just say, "Come, this is the way to go, and this is it. This is the technology. This is the part of AI. This is part of the world." That's it. Like in other words, everything that make us who we are, that we need that face of technology, it is in their control. That's why I said, instead of you to be jubilating that USID is no longer existing in Africa, ask your question, what is in that replacement? Because history says that when they needed your resources or they needed your power physically, they had to find their way, pass through many diseases. They die along the way. There's so many of them that did not survive the terrain, right? Until they succeeded. They find those resources. Greenland, for instance, Greenland don't they exist for as long as the health they exist. They what they make. I mean, they refer to that, but it has never a point of contention now. Why? According to them, the highs don't they dry up. So it's becoming clearer how to take advantage of that. So when they find a way kill all the diseases, all the things that it's hindering them to discover so in Africa, what did they do? They came with full force right now because there's no need for them to stay with us. They have to come in full force, establish their system, their way of life, full force there, which is the second coming, which is the what amalgamation, which is the colonization. What did they do? They build us schools, really everything infrastructure that we need to prepare us for their what their industry. Because when they come meet us take us physically, it was for industry that time, which is the agricultural age that time. They come and educate us and civilize us according to the British, also that we can fit into the latest way of life, then, which is the industrial age, right? So this time around, they no need to come. They no need to. They are already here. In other words, what they did is because that's what when I thought they went from needing your muscle, not them again. Your brain is not needed again. You just need your attention, which is where the cloud capitalists come from. That's why me and you do YouTube today. You understand? Whatever they need in coming to you physically with power, we are giving it out freely through our cloud engagement. So every aspect of our life now depends on what cheap semiconductor technology. Now only food where would they chop now, and I know if food sef, they don't colonize that part. So they don't need to be here in the name of charity, which is the USID, in the name of trying to cure disease, in the name of trying to provide a humanitarian. No, 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 fuck all that. You understand? They can send machine and technology that will do that easy because in the name of being benevolent, giving you charity and all that, they are collecting information in order for them to keep what screen your brain away and just align them to control your resources via law. Because all you need to sit down, study all our laws internationally they pass every day. Now they give them advantage. How am I think about this part where I just did talk? When I read Obi submission on Indonesia, I went to Indonesia, I just shake my head. I said, this guy is just making it hard for people like me to actually see say he's going to do anything different other than worse than Tinubu. Because if you study Indonesia policy in regards to how China, oh my, that I will do that that chapter on one day. I will. I don't know. Anyway, let me not to go far on Obi and Indonesia. That's a special one. But the fact that everything that we use in terms of when it comes to our economy, religion, governance, is all lays in technology that we don't know how to build. In other words, what did they build and we don't know? So why the fuck do they need USD to control you again or to get any information about you? After all, our president they drive Escalade. The last I checked, that Escalade, either they build that for Detroit or Texas or somewhere. It's not built in Lagos or anywhere. And as far that Escalade day, I guarantee you nothing less than 5,000 chips go dey inside that car alone. It's too small, but that 5,000 chips, and all of them get its own signals where they give. You don't know where they go, you don't know who to collect them. So instead of jubilating that USID is going out of fashion, what is going coming to replace it? Now that the Europeans are being left to their fate, what is their survival going to entail? Because they have what it takes to invade us, unless the America say no. And from the latest revelation, if there's any other people that invaded us apart from Boko Haram, and we don't know the information too. So believing that because America is in charge of our economy, we are kind of in alliance with America that if Germany or France invaded us, they will be in our support. Ain't gonna happen. And if those people invaded us, it's because America wanted it to happen. No, AB means we know how to fight ourselves. Oh, we put the fight self. We never fight self. We are only ones we don't fight. We dey fight. Let's face the fact. We just yeah, I agree with you, but we dey fight. We dey fight. Only work we don't fight. As far as I'm concerned, I could be wrong, but as for all who they do so, don't be fight. Don't be fight. That's why it had me to go with the people that send there's division, right? And Igbo man can wake up and go any part of the country. Yoruba man can do say so. The idea is that we so that again, which also fall in the narrative of fight. We are not fighting ourselves. Now when you go wake up, you don't go figure the next state or the next region. Because if you go there, you go. That's when we are for not say we dey fight. No, we're not dey fight now. You fit the entire motor midnight go find baby on the other side. If you go fight, yeah, if you go there fight trouble, enter fight with there anybody there, and you go, or let's say that you lose the fight. You so I don't think we are fighting in that sense. But I see your point. Okay, it's not even an issue now. If you remember, is sitting on something called hardware. That what we should. That exactly the point that we are making the same point. So now, and I think AB. So I they always talk and say Europe is gone. I remember Dr. Damage himself. What use me share one day? This day go. He don't know what I did talk. I say Europe is gone. You want make an interpreter? I know you either you take am or you don't take am or and it's happening. My only annoyance with some kind of argument. My thing, not, maybe I stop. That's why I know the to bring people come on the ask me because it's like they draw me go back. Like these things that is happening today, I don't talk am like 2 years ago. Like consistently that Europe has in that they give reason what is coming to happen, how the globalization is going to take place in terms of trade war. And other. I've said it. I remember follow rational mind. Where rational mind says, rational mind they follow me. They argue one day. Say Ukraine, they win it. I'm like, nigga, what the heck? Stop listening to all this free for all news. Yeah, follow me argue for an hour. I almost get angry to a point. I remember even minister will say they say they go say Russia Russia they lose 10,000 and how many thousand soldiers they are losing. I'm like guy, which planet you they live? So all these things. So when at times when I engage with as if they bring me go back. These are things because I'm more focused on what next. What is going to happen in the next 5 years? That's where these days. That's where my focus, my area of research and study there on. I don't pass all these things. This coming to talk about how Europe. I mean, I don't talk and since that Europe is because I know waiting join them. They are all just the Buga say it is the Europe they get. No, none. Everybody, as far as this planet Earth is concerned, now only China, Russia, North Korea, just India, India. Now only America know the content 100%, 100%. These are the three countries: Chinese, the North Koreans, the what do they call them? The Russians, and small with India. Now I put North Korea there because I know who's supposed to put North Korea there because they get nuclear weapon and they are ready to use it because they don't have anything to lose. But in other words, they are not gaining anything too economically or in terms of want to relate to the outside world. But they are free in the sense of real what freedom is. They are. Every other fucking country on this planet Earth, no. Unless America know they're interested in you. And if America know they're interested in you, you are useless. That's what it means. That means you don't get anything. You don't get anything to offer the planet Earth. That means there is no one single American that have interest there. That's what it means. Because the idea that America have interest in any country is because some business people are doing business in your country. That's it. That's all. Whatever the business is, either a religious business or either drilling business, so either media, whatever business it is, that's what arose the interest of America. That's why they're quick to come to the conclusion that national economic threat, national economic interest, all those bullshit. It's because that's where another thing, when all this USID, that is the revolution that is coming on, I know they even worry about already the narrative is already being controlled outside America. When I say America, like Nigeria, for instance, when they hear the conversation around USID, we just pity. It doesn't matter from the best of the intellectuals to the one with them pay journalists to the whatever, everybody they're talking about, oh, the impact, oh, what should we do? That's not the point. This thing has been with us since day one. We are 2 years old. I mean 3 years old as a nation, 9 USID. That's when the taking over of the Nigerian colony from the British. That's the betting exchange right there. And people see they talk about, oh, now means no go come again. We no go again. No. What it means that the country that you call Nigeria as it is today is built under USAID. Every aspect of it, from the media to the judiciary to the government, everything. That's what it means. Because that's when everything, that's when Nigeria begins to take shape. So people don't get it. So when are they? So now, after they pay attention more about the America, people that live in America, how they react, they shock. You can't help them to see, oh my God. I don't know whether now we, the general public in Nigeria, was past, or now we general public in America now was past. But now all over the world anyway. Because they begin to say, they're like, what? Do you know when this thing? Do you know with that this actually you as an American, your where your standard of living will get as to be? That is what they don't understand. That's why these days, if I dey listen to their intellectuals, the likes of John Meshama, the Sachs of this and all that, I look like, these people, they teach you they're wise. You understand? The way the question they choose to answer, what they choose to ignore, how the kind of words they use to describe some kind of situation. I just look, I just laugh. They are all, and also those ones, they are all in the known, right? That's why I say the way that they talk, they know exactly what. I mean, Jeffrey Sachs, when he went to actually, maybe look inside, where the only thought say, we hope, well, no, now when he was talking about the rise of China, see, China rise today and make all of us rich. Every one of us are rich today because of. So I give him for that one, but if you not listen, why? Now, very few people they pay they in a way they factor in the devastation of that in international community. And again, people when they see that valid point, that's when the American next will come up. Some will tell you point blank. Not that I'm against it. Make us some will begin to tell you they won't begin beat around the obvious truth. If to say this thing no destroy this people land, I will not be better off. Few of them know this. Every other person they ignorant. That's just the fascinating part of when you listen to people we that live in America talking about the effect, the revelation of the US idea. We just dey laugh. So if you come ignore the European giant. Which one? The Germany stopped being giant since they lost the First World War. My brother, you know how long that is? That's like 200 years old. Which kind of giant? They stopped being giant. Okay. Let me know. Yeah, okay. No, they were broken in First World War. They regained their strength again, but Second World War destroyed them. So since the Second World War, they were not giant. Every decision they make, America has to sign off it. Literally, just like us in Nigeria. So I don't know where you they see giants, I they see chihuahuas. Those are American control economy. You understand? That's why you see Mercedes here in America. Well, how many of American cars you see in Germany? And America is cool with that. Does that make any sense to you? So all these things again. Now, when I'm talking about freedom, please, people should focus on the economy. Because that waiting the important be that. Now, waiting the inside your stomach. Now they control everything in your organs. Your brain will start to the manufacturing after a couple of maybe hours or days when food no dey your stomach. Just that alone. That's how important it is. And that's the most important thing to them. They will feel build anything. So why am I saying this? Anybody can free to do election and elect who the fuck he or she want as a country. That doesn't matter if you don't control your economy. That's it. If you don't control, I mean, if you are being controlled, South Africa is a clear example to us. They are 100% controlling their government well until the last election, but only 7% of people now they control the euro economy, and you can tell the result. They determine what happened, how prosperous that country will be, your economy. So as I said, if America is not controlling you, they don't get anything, or you have what that if they go into a fight with you, you go hard to tell the winner. They are not sure of winning, which is the likes of China and Russia that we are talking about. So when you say China and Germany, I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about. You has a lot of billions dollars investment in Germany, so they are together. Now the problem be that. Look, you can only be together when the power they equal. America no wan share the world stage with China. That's why they do all these things. Talking about what be their economy. So the fact that they have investment, that is the control. No human being will allow other people to come and be investing in their country. Nobody does that. Now only people wey no fit control their wey no get control of their economy dey do am. So the fact that you just admitted all the investment we did in America, that's all you need to know. So and now the investments are folding off. They are folding off. Now Sunday be the election now. Let's see what happens. So, but the fear is there. Once America say we no go fit protect you again, the protection is that they can go out there and explore other country, other territory that they are not interested in. They will be aided and protected. That's what it means. You understand? That's what it means. So Europe, make I let me read from former prime minister, the whatever for of Finland. Make I read what she wrote today and what she wrote 3 years ago. You'll be amazed. Let me see which one first. Yeah, this was oh man. Yeah, it said Europe is not strong enough without the US. This was 2 years ago. Man, she had a sorry she have she gets she has an article on the economist that I really wanted to read. I can get one that talks about the 1800s. Let me see. Let's listen to another problem we didn't get. I pity them. Democrats lead them with They don't know they're the same game. All of them they play.
But while the Trump administration is very concerned with European security and believes that we can come to a reasonable settlement between Russia and Ukraine, and we also believe that it's important in the coming years for Europe to step up in a big way to provide for its own defense, the threat that I worry the most about vis-a-vis Europe is not Russia, it's not China, it's not any other external actor. And what I worry about is the threat from within, the retreat of Europe from some of its most fundamental values, values shared with the United States of America.
Now, how do you even explain that? How do you explain that? For the past 4 years or so, or if not longer than whatever, you they were head bent on convincing the world that Russia and be the problem. Like there's literally nowhere you could go. From our Nigeria Arise television to BBC Gongola to like everywhere. Democrat hold everywhere tight. If you think otherwise, you are finished. They either the platform, they sanction you, they ban you, they like all sorts of weaponization. Now, when it matters most, for now the same country to come tell you and say, shut the fuck up. Russia ain't no fucking problem. You, my friend, saw. The fact that they will come tell us, say, we don't get our laws on free speech and like when people take all these platforms, they actually use all these European countries as a standard when it comes to human rights. I'm like y'all should just shut it up. But I understand. I know. Like when it matters most, they can't tell you, say, man, shut the fuck up, man. Russia ain't your problem. You, my friend, are you be the problem. And the problem is that you have to face you are not saying the truth to your people. Telling people the truth. You get where when sweet people wait and say, come. If you are scared of your own people, America cannot help you. In other words, the election must be free and fair. But I know all this one Nabuga. Nabuga be that.
Now, we're at the point, of course, that the situation has gotten so bad that this December, Romania straight up canceled the results of a presidential election based on the flimsy suspicions of an intelligence agency and enormous pressure from its continental neighbors. Now, as I understand it, the argument was that Russian disinformation had infected the Romanian elections. But I'd ask my European friends to have some perspective. You can believe it's wrong for Russia to buy social media advertisements to influence your elections. We certainly do. You can condemn it on the world stage even. But if your democracy can be destroyed with a few $100,000 of digital advertising from a foreign country, then it wasn't very strong to begin with.
Imagine that you spend 2 years, they accuse person say he be Hitler, is a threat to democracy. If you vote this person is good democracy, the one we heard democratically. Now the person called and tell you say you now you be threat to democracy and he's not making it up, and he's not just speaking from his ass, he's literally putting a practical example that everybody can see. That's why I say they project exactly what they are doing to you, Democrat, and that fact is no work. How you go spend the oh my fucking god. This time we are in this moment will be talked about for I don't know forever. Now, there is an attempt to roll back this speech and all this thing where you the get. When I don't know if anybody is familiar with 60 minutes. It's not 60 minutes, not 60 seconds. That is a show for CNN. I've been at ABC. So they brought German speech experts to come and pity people where they Europe, would I where they Europe. In Germany, but I don't know about the law don't pass. Literally, that's the latest conversation right now in America. In Germany, if you insult person physically, like say at the CEO, I insult you, he carry lesser punishment than make I insult you for online. What of make you retweet or repost the insult why I insult you? Not be like physical insult too. Let's say now let's say for Germany they say good morning na insult. I see you in the morning, I say good morning. The punishment wey I go get for saying good morning, seeing you face to face, is lesser than the one wey you go come online or when I go type good morning George. That is we carry more sentences than that. That's where we are today. Now, that's one part of the conversation. Then wetin be the name of this journalist woman was interviewing Marco Rubio, that's the Secretary of State. She was trying to post a question to him. This woman went deep. I said deep for a reason. Say it is due to free speech in Germany that made Hitler succeed and did what he did. That was I don't know that I don't even know how to actually like what will make you go down that saying that free speech caused the Holocaust, pretty much. Put it in a mile, paraphrase what the guy talk. So now these same people they tell us they come. You're on your own. If you think the way you are running your democracy is in line with the principle of what we introduce you guys to. I use the word introduce for it because, as I said, since the coming of after Second World War, they are in the tutelage of the Americans.
And expressing opinions isn't election interference. Even when people express views outside your own country, and even when those people are very influential. And trust me, I say this with all humor, if American democracy can survive 10 years of Greta Thunberg scolding, you guys can survive a few months of Elon Musk. But what no democracy, American, German, or European, will survive is telling millions of voters that their thoughts and concerns, their aspirations, their pleas for relief are invalid or unworthy of even being considered.
Man, I just can't believe that these times are real in my lifetime, man. Like going by what transpired the last 4 years, I just can't believe that this is actually real. I use the word if I'm not talking about if you retweet, I just not be who retweet, I repost person tweet. Shout out to George Berlusconi. George, somebody Berlusconi from the British former Prime Minister, when they talked about technocracy, when they begin force everybody to stay indoors, to do this, all those crazy fucking rules just begin flying. Like people just like, no, don't get sense again. That's all can't things. Just use your common sense. You're gonna say this is just purely there's something that's going on. So I just repeat that thing. Technocracy. My guy, Facebook say, man, shut the fuck up. Again, I enter. God. Ah, life is sweet, oh, life is sweet. I've seen. I enter Uber. I follow Uber, man. Just go back and forth about the pandemic. Blah, blah, blah. That was the last time I enter Uber. I want to take Uber. Like say na joke, na joke. This motherfucker has blocked me. I say, now the same them. People, grown men, person papa and grandpapa will call themselves PhD holders, expertise. They would make case for Greta Thunberg. Are you for real? Like some just I don't know some people this just can't be money that they pay you because he said that you are truly dumb. You know, be saying that money that or you have done something so fucking incriminating that, they don't hold your balls that you have to be thinking like this. Because ain't no way, ain't no fucking way. When I listen to some kind of people, I was like, what? It's so far down to the idea that a foreign NGOs, foreign foundations, no put money of our media. We will not have a media. That's this stand as one of the most dumbest and foolish and stupid things I've ever heard in my life. like, how, like, what? He said that even if you don't know anything, said it's not even acceptable. This kind of, at this point, it is not acceptable. And this conversation, we made the person talk like that. This was about what? A couple of years ago, before the revolution of USID. It's like literally you are saying that there's no way we people we cannot communicate with each other as a society, as a people. That's literally what media is about. It's okay, both the two countries are my people where I belong for now. And my John, don't worry, you will join the man of triumph. When una no pack una load, the economy don't worse now. Na Nigeria is better now. We no go accept una like that o, just because we una be Nigeria. No. We are sending you to the field. We are telling you we need you for organic farming. I will tell you that we go do that. No, but this has nothing to do with. It has nothing to do with. No, they go realign again. See, that's why I said we should pay attention rather than celebrating the innovation that is going on with the USID, the innovation that is going on there. As far as I'm concerned, that's what is happening. Or actually celebrating the reality of true life, the hardship that the average German, British, average European will face now. I am more concerned about they are coming back. When I mean they are coming back, they go align. Because as I said, America, America will need market or China will need market after they don't fight the supremacy of AI revolution, right? Because this is what this fight is about. I don't know how long it's going to take 10, 5 years, 15 years. It's a Cold War, right? Just like we did the Soviet Union. When the Soviet Union finished, when the Second War finished, they ally, they decouple. As I said, yeah, Russia is an ally of Russia. Russia is an ally of United States against Germany, right? But as soon as that one fight, as soon as the defeat Germany finish, US pick Cold War with Russia, USSR with Russia. People will be allied. They fight the same cause. They become enemies. So Chinese the same thing, right? China were kind of the enemies of the America. Go bribe China, bring them into the world WTO so that they will not fuck around with fall in love with China. But 80 years later, here we are. You're back. America, if you are following the discussion in Saudi Arabia, right? What Trump wants is to bring the business relationship, the diplomatic relationship between Russia and America back on the mainstream, because they cannot afford to push them away. Over $300 billion already been lost in business relations. And if you pay attention to the people that represent Russia, apart from their foreign minister Lavrov, whatever they call that man, that guy a legend. He's been around forever. There's another man there who is pretty much the secretary of business negotiation, foreign sovereign investment, whatever they call those international business. He was right there at the table. Trump, right hand man, his friend for 40 years, his business partners, everything was right there. So this is the alignment, right? And in order for that, you have to put them in a situation to come to that table, disconnect them, the relation with Europe. So at the end of the day, when they don't settle within the three superpower, because now three of them there now, but I don't believe that America is ready to share it like that. So at the end of the day, somebody will come at the top. Then they will decide the fate of Europe again. So it's not that bad. It's not be say is a worry like that. I'm not even because I'm concerned about what is next for them, right? Are they going to? Because I'm not sure the Europe as a union is going to hold. Every country has to actually, that's the worst I expect. And if that is the case, what comes of it? Are they going to be making deals separately? Because they will say that they fight like that. They just want, as far as I'm concerned, America wants Europe to 100% in with them to kick China ass. You understand? If you make your driver too rich, can't work again. If you make your house help too rich, they don't. So, like the game where they play with that. So, you have to make them come to the table. Now, we don't streamline their how they take the chop. They have to. So when they come to the table, when that fight won, they will come partner again, junior partner and senior partner. So they will back, but only God know how long. But what if they don't win? What if China win? So the reality is now tomorrow will settle itself. This month alone. So how una go accept me back? No, your acceptance you go straight to feed though. Go work. We need a farmers. We don't want GMO food, so we need farm. So we need real farming. You will come back. We'll send you for your acceptance for we to accept you back into. We will need to cure you. We will need to cure you of the disease. The disease will never get the name, but we will find name for them. So the easiest way to do that is send you to the field. We send you to some bizarre forest. Go and farm. Whether go farm onions, carrots, go farm. And we farm for go they feed for 6 months. Then we rehabilitate you. You go begin go class, then feed. You now go class 3 times a week. Just like that for another 3 years. You understand? So then after that is 3 years and 6 months. The last 6 months gonna 4 years. The last 6 months, so then we know where you go there useful, which person house you go serve. That's so what they do now. Oh my God. So they will align because they don't lost out now. They get choice. Germany no get choice now. They are the technology that is at the top of the game. It's over. But they are not in competition. They lost. So now survival they fight for now. How do we survive? But they are not I mean at least they are in Nigeria now. If you say America no allow them, they no go. Oh shit. If America no allow them, they no go come. Like, sorry, I will do something. I'm sure I play before
Also
something.
ask you,
Oh shit.
kingdom, where the backslide away from conscience rights has placed the basic liberties of religious Britons in particular in the crosshairs. A little over 2 years ago, the British government charged Adam Smith Connor, a 51-year-old physiotherapist and an Army veteran, with the heinous crime of standing 50 meters from an abortion clinic and silently praying for 3 minutes. Not obstructing anyone, not interacting with anyone, just silently praying on his own. And after British law enforcement spotted him and demanded to know what he was praying for, Adam replied simply, it was on behalf of the unborn son he and his former girlfriend had aborted years before. Now, the officers were not moved. Adam was found guilty of breaking the government's new buffer zones law, which criminalizes silent prayer and other actions that could influence a person's decision within 200 meters of an abortion facility. He was sentenced to pay thousands of pounds in legal costs to the prosecution. Now, I wish I could say that this was a fluke, a one-off crazy example of a badly written law being enacted against a single person. But no, this last October, just a few months ago, the Scottish government began distributing letters to citizens whose houses lay within so-called safe access zones, warning them that even private prayer within their own homes may amount to breaking the law. Naturally, the government urged readers to report any fellow citizen suspected guilty of thought crime. In Britain and across Europe, free speech, I fear, is in retreat. I also ask you, how will you even begin to think through the kinds of budgeting questions if we don't know what it is that we are defending in the first place? I've heard a lot already in my conversations, and I've had many, many great conversations with many people gathered here in this room. I've heard a lot about what you need to defend yourselves from, and of course that's important. But what has seemed a little bit less clear to me, and certainly I think to many of the citizens of Europe, is what exactly it is that you're defending yourselves for. What is the positive vision that animates this shared security compact that we all believe is so important? And I believe deeply that there is no security if you are afraid of the voices, the opinions, and the conscience that guide your very own people. Europe faces many challenges, but the crisis this continent faces right now, the crisis I believe we all face together, is one of our own making. If you're running in fear of your own voters, there is nothing America can do for you.
Well, I do. But see that statement right there. I know trust them. America will always go for them. They will always support their interests. They always get candidates. But the message is also very clear. Gone are the days where you are not going to have a president that is not popular among his people. I mean, if there's anybody to actually stand his ground with that kind of message, it's Donald Trump. It's people's president, whether you like it or not. So I think that's a good thing. I think for me, this is where the obedience, if they actually believe it was the last election, this is one thing that we re-energize them. This is something that you want to hear, right? Americans are saying, come, if you can't fuck around with your people, man, shit, ain't nothing we can do. Your people have to say yes. I mean, using the what should be that country for Europe when used as an example is also a classic. So your people have to go and face your people. Don't be afraid of your people. These people they are afraid because they don't brainwash people too much. They have brainwashed every fucking body to us on things that doesn't even make no fucking sense. But the fact that people see fall for it is what just fucking. I mean, these people will make it how American institution is strong, American tradition, American education system, everything. But on the same person go tell you say, one person they can't destroy the country. Like, who are you? Like, at times I don't hear people like with their chairs. How the fuck? Let me say, you have no clue. That's another thing where I go one more talk about here one day. Majority of the let me be specific now, Nigerians in diaspora. Let me be specific to in America. They don't understand the country they left, how things work, and the most fucking annoying, they don't understand the country they live in. But they will come online with their full chest. They like, who are you? Who raised you? According to what is this comedian name again? Who raised you? The same thing with the British people. Okay, the British people. I said this big countries where I know. Later we will face China. I'm on the work with China. Chinese, how Chinese things work. Nigerians that live in America, Britain, France, Germany, which other country? Canada. 99% of them, 99.99999.9 don't know how Nigeria work in every sense of it, politically, spiritually, physically, that was fast. No, I don't know about that politically, practically, it was fast. Then at the same time, they have no clue of the country that they live in, how things work. Now, no, you say how things work, that might be too complicated. At least history of the country. Would that be complicated too? Americans are nowhere. They too they walk. Nigerians and people in Nigeria, America, we too they walk. So, but that's not an excuse. That's not an excuse. Because where that they just fall into some kind of cheap things like, dude, they think. So we are at that point again. I don't know, but I don't know. Election, you go win, oh, you must win this time around. That's exactly what they are saying. So if I be obedient, I get obedient energy. Obedient, obedient. When I look obedient people say, I just say, hi. I go soon stop to the talk and that politics or Nigeria politics because man, it just it's just like there's no hope in sight when you look at the players. Now, not the Nigerian people, now the players. When you just zero in, try to understand their allegiance because everybody get allegiance, everybody get connection. You have to have that one. I'm not. But if you go detail, you see how far did they go to make story to just convince people to believe. It's like it's not supposed to be this hard. Donald Trump and the movement, they're not stressing any. They were just straight to the point. Straight. The hunger deal. This like they know that they tell you say you must say this or that way. No. So as far as I'm concerned, that's what it should be. It should not be that hard to convince people of their own problem. They know their problem. Why are you trying to wrap it around like you say? So that's why if I listen to our players, these guys will come out. Every one of them, we have to carry out the IAF policy. Maybe it will change because America they change strategy, right? Things will change. But they are all lining up, competing within themselves. What is the terms of the competition? Who fool the people pass? Just to carry out IAF policy. Why do you have to go through that fully good? Just say it. I'm gonna do American bidding. Shit. What the person want to do about them anyway? What the person want to do at this point? The country, the people are they don't brainwash all of us that we are more Americans than Americans. We are more Western than the Western people. So just say it. I am pro-American policy. This is how it's going to. And as far as I'm concerned, you go win safe. Because good luck in trying to convince another Nigerian that American policy no good. Good luck. So for the fact that they have to go through all manners of bullshit just to do the same thing that just tell people, I mean, that's where I say there is no hope. Because when I read Obi tweets on Indonesia, my God, I just laugh. I say, my God, like who are these people? Like who raised you people? Like which kind of mind? That's not my other thing. The kind of mind where all this politician get. People that waiting meeting make me know they run around the campaign with that. Maybe if I get that kind of mind, me say for this three, they vote for me because man, I don't know. I don't get that kind of mind. I don't. Breaking news: Chief Valentine Ozigo has resigned from Labour Party. APC. I've been a PDP. What do you think? Let me see. Let me read the. Let me see if I can read it. So maybe tomorrow I'll talk about Indonesia. What we have in common. I never really get to the point why Obi they always go there because nobody they go there, right? So there's something. But in terms of praising the president in his for his policy. I've gotten to that part. I figured that part. I know why. And my brothers and sisters. Anyway, because Indonesia, they are into energy, mining, telecom, golf, all those things. Those are their. make I make I find that Ozugo. Make I see. Make I see in resignation text. I can tell where it's coming from, whether not PDP. I wanted to say I wanted to say PC, but I can't know the guy na the guy na manager for yes na PDP, but I was also the night they run Hilton before Abi, Nikon Hilton, and I think the articles are well. But make I know come from that angle. But he's a PDP guy, and wait a minute, oh. Huh. Is this should be also a clue what we open to business. Where when I'm what will happen, where is it going? So because now China they run Indonesia currently, and the reason the policy they are playing there is the same thing that they are playing in Congo. I'm talking about the Chinese. The way the strategic investments and control they have in Congo, Kobe, because them they deal with the government direct. It was the same playbook they are using in Indonesia. Not that they are it's very successful. So when Obi they like so keen on that, I was like, but anyway, when I once I come to the conclusion of my this is I'll come forward. I'll come forward. But it's just I'm not happy. I'm pained because at least we could just get one person now. One person we could say, you know what, we will die here. This is our now we. I feel no way, no but I be native foul. Let's do it our way. There's a need for us to do it our way. But anyway, you say Ozribo, what is that name? Valentine. You know why you know do on Valentine Day now? You gotta fuck up. You gotta know sabi politics. Who the advisor as well? I go to sit and be the advisor because this is not the this you don't know about the you don't the planner for a minute. Right? If you don't the plan for a minute, you do on Valentine's Day that the party that you are going to is your Valentine. You just I mean people where they right, just give them the idea they go. They'll find something for you around and not for anything but just to tap into the frenzy, the that because that whole day is trendy, right? Anything that's and I believe it's your birthday, so fuck it. Where you foresee that news, because where did you get that news from, George? How come I'm not seeing it? I, I did not. Army force will never take shortcut. Nigerian defense is open up on Canada. This is not Canada. That guy goes in beg. See they call out. Ribadu goes in beg. Me no. He goes in come out and beg. You beg Canadians. Send someone NSS, DSS, order over alleged funding of Boko Haram. All these people. You can't see all these our people there. You want investigate with like just like Oputa panel. I try. A lot of people don't push me to go watch out. Maybe because I get background. I am more keen on the the instigators, what is happening. So when I sit down, it's hard for me to actually sit down I think I watched, listen to like what 3 episodes. Like all these people just they tell me narrative that they're like, ooh, that they fool self. So I don't know why people like. I just couldn't. It's just too. I could see through all their. I just narrative. It comes with the democracy, right? The Obasanjo regime. You had to, all this. So all those one are just still the the real deal. The real deal. They don't fit talk out. Okay, check your friend JJ. Oh, is it listening? Is it on live? This one are bad enough. I just dey like the woman. Oh. President Zelensky is not a dictator. Bad enough slam Trump. Anyway, I just hope say she stayed to the end. I hope say, no, I like her. Okay, I don't say I've seen the breaking news. Peter Obi Ali Valentine Ozigo dump Labour Party. So let's see how they take freeze am. Who write am say? Who write this piece? Oladipo Abiola. Mm. Anambra State politician Valentine Ozigbo has announced his immediate resignation from Labour Party. Ozigbo announced this decision on Wednesday via his X account. Let me go to the original source. Fuck it. If in the X account, let me go there. I know they like all this third party news. Let me go to the horse's mouth. Onye na-eme ma onye na-eme ma ọdụkwala ọzọ. Onye na-eme ma onye na-eme ma ọdụkwala ọzọ. Wait, that's a video this. My God. Wait, let me bring out. There's a video. Let me just play us the video. Thank you, George. You're not correct guy. No worry. I will send you a check. I will send you a check for being a crack reporter. Let me see. Let me download it and give it to us for Toronto. I was in good shape. Okay. He was supposed to challenge Soludo for the next. Yeah, he ain't go challenge that now. He won't join party. That's what I was saying that now PDP or APC. You understand? That's why he stepped down now. No be saying that's why he resigned from there. You know say the party no go give him. He no go give him. He still give her the crowd, but he no give her the bar. Because you need men. Two game. You no get men we go one ready to invest in because of in a Labour Party. So I think I could be wrong, but 99% of the time that's now we see they happen to that. But we'll see. Because I'm sure he's still going to contest. And he go do well. I switch my gadget so man. Now let's get it.
I can go for anything on the outside. I didn't play now. You can find outside. That's when I level the play. The hand I'm using at level. Master my piece in a piece in the camera. This is being honest and frank. So, very soon I'm going to make that announcement. But today, I won't be tendering my resignation as a member of Labour Party. Today, I cease to be a member of Labour Party. And I do that after deep introspection. I have looked at it. I need Labour Party as a family, ultimately to win the irrespective of the platform we were here. So, Equator now, behind them, Equator and progressive Anambra, we're going to do it today. If we wish that they think there's a better option, no problem. It's a free choice. But I've made my own choice. And I feel very, very sad to do this. Because I know this is the party I've labored for the most. It shouldn't have confidence. Then has come to this. So I want to thank all my friends out there.
I don't know, that's not clear, but let me read from his Twitter account. Said a new chapter, a bold step forward, Anambra's future. I thought I said the guy go run now. He just want change house. Need a better sponsorship. So say, my dear India Anambra, a few months ago at a state executive committee meeting of the Labour Party in Oka in Anambra State, I formally submitted my resignation letter to my ward chairman. My unwavering commitment to the greater vision for our state guides this decision. Before this, His Excellency Peter Obi was duly informed of my decision as a mark of my deep respect for his leadership and the principle we have shared on the journey. I equally notified the national chairman. I like it. I don't know about now the grammar I go like. I been at the game I go like at this point. See, I notify His Excellency Peter Obi. Which can you notify him? Na joint decision una make. No be say you are saying as if he make the decision. And hey, I am not saying that there is no man enough to do all that, but that's not how this game works. Anyway, at every defining moment in history, our choice shaped the future we dreamed of. Today, as I take a new step in my journey of service, I do so with an unshakable resolve, a clear vision, and the unwavering belief that Anambra best days are behind ahead of us, sorry, not behind. I joined politics not for personal ambition, but because I believe in the boundless potentials of our people. I believe in a leadership that is compassionate, that inspires, and that truly serves the people. That mission has not changed, it has only become stronger. Recent events have made one thing clear: the time has come for us to build something new, something bold, something that speaks to the hope and aspiration of every Anambra sons and daughters. That is why, after deep reflection and broad consultation, I have chosen to take a different path. One that is not about party line, but about our people, about progress, about movements that will bring real transformation to our great states. Why the story they go as you say Obi the camp na him be this. Anyway, let me be clearer. Let me be clear. This is not a moment of uncertainty. No, for sure. You know what you're doing, mother soccer. It is a moment of celebration. Yes, sir. A moment of renewed strength. A moment of boundless possibilities. To those who believe in in this vision, I s- to those who believe in this vision, stand firm. To those who have walked this journey with me, stay resolute because what lies ahead is bigger, brighter, and more powerful than anything we have behind. Riantamamporoshikatasiboshita. Our work is just beginning. The fire for a better Anambra burns stronger than ever. And together we rise, we build, We will win. This is our moment. Ka Anambra Chawipu Zeodig. Nigeria. Anambra politics is just getting juicier. So we'll see. We'll see where it go come out from. And I will dare say anywhere where you come out from, that's Obi's party. Just saying. But that's anyway, when be the election safe? But I don't see I still believe that Soludo is not done. I don't think the Anambrans are ready to say bye bye to Soludo. But maybe I did some few comments on that, then I will round up for the meantime. Maybe I will be back in another couple hours. Let me know what is so few comments from that. This one, leader of the oppressor. I think that after working with disobedient Peter Obi to deny Atiku the 2023 election, you will work in vain. Oh my fucking god, man. People, man. This is the beauty of comment section. Anyway, Chukwu Nonso say James Abure held a press conference and on national TV said that Peter Obi will not get a right of first refusal of his presidential ticket, along with his import from other party who hold elective office via the platform of the Labour Party. This is what he has. In that one first. It's not important. Welcome to APC. It is a disappointing and disrespectful to all obedient. And Peter will be seeing you more move to APC. No wahala. Ah, wahala. Confusion everywhere. Checking this post every 15 minutes for abuse. Abuses of any sort by those people. And you are not disappointed. From PDB to Labour to APC. I don't sure say na APC, but I would be interested if na APC. Huh. If na APC Soludo don't win, did I say that? If he go APC Soludo don't win. If he go PDP, Peter Obi go PTB. I could be wrong, but we'll see. Say good luck, Valentine. The vision should remain clear and the commitment resolute is in furthering and delivering democracy and good governance to the Nigerians of your state and Nigeria. You cannot win this governorship against Oludo, not to talk of from APC. I will abuse you. I will advise you go for senatorial election and leave this waste of resources. Now your resources, you concern you. Solution go to 8 years. Soludo go to 8 years. Next. Anyway, I am maybe I go charge my gadget. I will come back. So, baby, more like, share, and subscribe. George, you know they like. Maybe you never share this thing, so you guys should do that. So my final submission be say rather than be celebrating USID going through innovation, let's be vigilant what is coming to replace it. Why we take stock of the damage it has done, not what is happening. The damage it has done, not waiting people they suffer now because they know they see the money again. That's not the point. Two, Europe, they are back at where they were in early 1800 when America, United States, chased them out of the Americas. They have to no get you to the Azegum in Berlin 1885 to scrabble for the African continent. Today, the Donald Trump administration is saying you're on your own. And that's not just the bad part. They are on your own when they are in lost of the latest technology. back in the 1800s, I think Germans see the lead in terms of their technology. British, they are because they are still on top of their game. France, their stubbornness is still going stronger. But fast forward to today, none of them is in any position to push back on the Americans. They will ever go back begging, and why at that a new world order will be set for them. Or they say fuck America and go with China. But if I want to go with say na AB, I've been a judge that said that American investments dominate Germany. So it's 2 million people today British work for American company. 70% of American British companies are run by America. So if you are saying fuck, if you want to give the Middle East to America, I want to go with China, good luck. But whatever happens, last will be at the receiving end, the continent of Africa, because we are not in any position to even stop one drone where any normal human being will send from the street of anywhere in the West. We don't have what it takes to stop the drone. The regular drone. Oh, I mean, if you are paying attention, there's somebody is spy on Drake pet house in Australia. It was trending this morning. Maybe it could have been yesterday. Somebody just control drone. Go there because penthouse man are glasses, most of them, right? So I'm saying that we are not in position to do anything. We have lost, and the worst part, these fools who are supposed to be in a better position to even make the majority of people know what is coming for them, they are busy throwing themselves, doing the same every trick to gain upper hand among themselves. So the question as before is that what Dr. Kwame Nkrumah warned us about in 1963 is not that we should. It's here now. For how long is it going to be? British came to our shore and they literally started ordering around from early 1900 to 1960. That's almost 160 years. The British, Americans take over from 1960, 60 years with what? Soft power subduing us. Now they are renewing their strategy with the new technology, which they will use enslave us again. This time around, no be off our shore, inside our house, our land will be slave because we will be useless, not just to ourselves, but the society at large. How long will that take? Ladies and gentlemen, we'll see later in the day. Good job, like, thanks, man. Thanks, George. So like, share, and subscribe. We'll be back again. Maybe this time around we'll go down to our local politics. We'll see. Let's see what is happening in Anambra and what other information I can scope out of it and see if we can make sense out of it. Ciao, ciao.